Hello and welcome back to the Tyranny Stories channel, where today I have a new notebook out. I have so many notebooks right now, keeping up with all of them is kind of hard. Anyways, so today we are going to be doing my mid-year reflections, goals, check-in kind of thing. So I have a couple of different pens here because I don't know which ones I'm going to end up using. Probably the 0.38 most, but if I want to bold something, I have a 0.7 Energel. 0.38 is the Pilot G2, and then they don't really make these specific set of pens anymore, and I'm really sad. Like this specific color range, these are the Papermate Flare Ultra Fine, and this is just the like sage green one. I love the color. I think it looks really nice, and yeah, so we're gonna open up the book. It's got this really pretty like gold thing on it, and this is like the best notebook I could find for what I wanted. So I wrote quarterly reflections, wow, because I want to get into quarterly reflections. Wow, I cannot say that word today. But for now, that's where we're starting, and then this page is always stuck here, so we're just going to flip to the next page. This is a half-year reflection to start with, between January and June of 2023. So I have a lot of... I actually wrote this up earlier. I was outside and working on this, and there's a lot to get through. But I think it'll go pretty well. This is a sticky note here because I wanted to remember what I needed for each goal when we get to that point at the end here. But I want to write it out already, like goal 1, blah, 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 because I haven't made the goals yet. So at the beginning here, we have my... page on memories. So just a few things I remember from the last 6 months, what I've enjoyed doing, things that have happened that were big for me. And then the next ones are going to be the category of wins, which are what were my achievements. I have space to write 3. What goals have I been making progress on, which I have a space for 3 as well. And then just a little space for me to write what I'm grateful for. And then moving on, we have what have I done well, which I just left a space to write out a little bit, and then what am I proud of. So we're gonna get started on that, and then we'll continue on with the rest of it. So I'm gonna write a couple of memories. So the most recent one was we went on a walk. That's the most recent one that happened, and I definitely want to write that down because that's one of my favorite things that we've done. Man, what else has happened this year? Biggest one. I think those are some of the biggest things I've had happen this last 6 months. 2 of these happened in June, but that's because my memory's not so great. But the next one is the wins category, what I was just talking about earlier. So I'm going to write about my achievements. First and foremost is going to be And then the goals that I've been making progress on are going to be pretty important too. So the goals that I'm making progress on are uploading a video every day. I did start a new story, but I think it'll be okay. And then the last one on this page is going to be what am I grateful for? That was pretty fun. Okay, so that was pretty good working on some positive things. Now we're gonna go on to what have I done well. If you can hear my cats in the background, I'm sorry. They keep meowing unbelievably and I don't know what their problem is. Wish they would get it together and quiet down out there. I have to close this door, which is fine. So what have I done well? It's a really big question. next section here is going to be my challenges for the first half of 2023, my responses to those challenges that I faced, and then just a couple lines about what's bothering me right now. And then this is something completely different. So we will finish this page and then move on to here. So I don't know why it's doing that. Some of the challenges I faced this year were, so while I've had some good things happen, you kind of also have to think about the difficult times and how you can come back from them and what you can do better next time. So I'm trying to think about some of the challenges I faced this year because there's so many. These are the probably the three biggest challenges I faced or dealt with in this first half of 2023. So then I'm going to write what my responses were at the time to them. And the last one on this page is going to be to write a couple of lines about what is currently bothering me, which I feel like I would have to think about a little bit on that. What is currently bothering me? I'm surprised at how much is just like flowing out of me on these too, because I made this these spreads earlier today when I was sitting outside with my coffee, and I thought it would take me quite some time to get through these, but I mean, we're already almost through the first page here, which is great. Just need to dig a little deeper, which I guess is the point of all of this. And then the next section here is going to be, okay, so it's on this page and then a little bit on the next page. The next section that we're going to work on is the growth section, which is a couple of bullet points about what have I learned, and then some space for how has my life evolved, how have I changed, and then what lessons and realizations have I had. I have 4 points for that. And then the last one in this section is, in what way have you grown and where have you noticed opportunities for future change? And then these ones are different ones down here. So we'll work on this here, which is going to be what have I learned this year about myself, about, you know, other things. It doesn't really matter that much which things I've learned about. And I think the first one is, and what's another one? This year, and then how has my life evolved? How have I changed as a person? Okay. And then the last one on this page is going to be what lessons and realizations have I had? Which there's a space for 4 of them. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fill that whole thing out, but we're going to try for sure. Oh my gosh, there are just pieces of hair everywhere. Couple of realizations, a couple of lessons I learned, and that's pretty good. So the last one in this section, so that was the last one on that page. Now in this section is going to be, in what ways have you grown and where have you noticed opportunities for future change? So there's a few lines there. I should have put this further down and put the line there, but that's okay. That's okay. So, thinking about that, I think that there are plenty of, opportunities for future change for myself. And I have grown a lot, even from the beginning of the year. So, let's see. I've grown in my opportunities for change. And then this next section is, there's 2 different sections here, but they just kind of fit on the same page. So this next part is going to be like 3 bullet points of things that I'm excited about, maybe for the second half of the year, maybe coming out coming up soon, you know, stuff like that. So I'm just going to think about what things I'm excited about for the second half of the year. The first one is going to be the thing that I'm the most excited for, which is excited about. And then this next part, I'm probably going to use this this pen for, because the level 10 life is looking at different aspects of your life. I have let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I do have 10 different aspects, and I want to look at each one, and on a number 1 to 10, I'm gonna rate how good each, or how well I'm doing in each of these categories. For which I'm going to need do I need a ruler? No. I'll just do this. Let's see here. We'll just write a 1 through 10 for each one, and then I'll fill in however far I end up going. So 1, 2. Get a little bit closer towards the end there, but that's okay. on each of these, I'm going to choose what I think is the overall score that I would give myself for my level 10 life, and then each quarter I'll end up looking back at this and seeing where I was and where I am at that point, because the goal is to get them up to 10. For now though, I'm just going to circle what each one is going to be for me. So we have physical health, mental health, personal development, social relationships, partner relationship, family relationships, leisure and fun, career, physical environment, and spirituality, which doesn't necessarily mean religion, it just means, I don't know, spiritual in a way. So let me fill this out and then we can move on to the next section, which is going to be release, which I'm really excited for this section because this is probably the one I've been looking the most forward to, because it's releasing things. So I'm excited to look into that for myself and what I'm, ready to release. So my physical health is going to be here. Mental health is here. I might end up journaling on these later, but those are the numbers that I've chosen for now. Not a lot of them are above half, but that just leaves room for improvement moving on to the second half of 2023. So now we're going to move on to, I actually have a spread in my bullet journal that I'm probably going to fill out for this, thinking about my level 10 life here. So the next section is going to be release, which is what am I ready to let go of? And I've actually been thinking about these 3 questions here since I made this spread earlier this morning. So what am I ready to let go of? I think this is going to be like the most cathartic part of this entire thing and be the most helpful to me. But I'm going to just start getting into it. I have put it off long enough. So let's see here. Ooh, I was on a roll. So the next question after what am I ready to let go of is what in my life is not serving me. So I'm gonna keep writing a couple more bullet points here. I already got the first one there. And then the last question in this section is going to be what isn't working, which is kind of a open-ended question, so I kind of have to think about this one a little bit, but I do want to think about what isn't working out for me, which I would say so that is the end of the release section here. I think I have released quite a lot, and I think writing down these things will help me get through them and, I don't know, do better a little bit for myself in my own health. So that was really hard, but I think that having done it, I'll be able to look over it and see, what I'm ready to let go of, what's not serving me and what's not working out for me, so I can go forward in the rest of this year and think about what maybe is going to work for me, or what is going to serve me better than that. These pens almost dead. I think I have more of them. These pens are really the best. So the next section is going to be intention, which does start on this page, but it does go over to the next page. And this is the last section before goals. So the intentions section is, where do you want to direct your energy and focus for the rest of 2023? What are your priorities for the rest of the year? I left 3 bullet points for that. And then I left a decent amount of journaling space for, is there a specific word, mantra, or feeling you want to evoke for the rest of 2023? I left plenty of room for me to write on that, because there's a few things I can think of that would help me to better myself. And then after that, we'll start getting into the goals, which I'm going to need to get my notebook over there to look at the goals that I have for 2023 and how I can tweak them, or change them, or just get rid of a goal entirely if it's not something that's going to serve me. But we are going to start with where I want to direct my energy and focus for the rest of the year. Okay, so that one's done. The next thing is going to be what are my top three, because I left 3 bullet points, what are my top 3 priorities for the rest of the year? And I would say the top priority is going to be second priority, right below that one is going to be okay. So those are my top 3 priorities for the rest of the year. And then there are a few words that I would like to, think to myself for the rest of the year and things like that. So a few of them are think of another one, I'll write it there. And then a couple of mantras that I want to, be telling myself, almost on a daily basis so I can help myself get into a better headspace, a better place, all of those things. There's a few that I can think of. I'm just going to write those down. those three are pretty good. And the feeling, I want to evoke for the rest of 23. Still a little bit of space there, but that's fine. I didn't fill it all the way in. I just wanted to give myself enough space to, you know, write down the words, mantras, and feelings that I wanted to evoke for the rest of 2023. Alright, and now we're moving on to the my goals brainstorm / statements for each of those goals, which so I'm going to write down the goals that I wish to continue on with for the rest of 2023. And then for each goal, I'm going to write down, I don't know if you can see this, I'm going to write on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the best, how enjoyable that goal is, how practical it is, how impactful, and how challenging they are. So I'm going to, oh, I just crinkled the page. That's okay. It's not that bad. So I'm going to look in this notebook here and see what goals I wrote down and see which of them I wish to continue on with. Oh, you know, these are pretty close to what I wrote for the other thing. Okay, so looking at my goals here, I do have a 2-page spread for that, and I do have a video about that as well, but not to go too into that. I want to look at these goals and see which ones I think are going to be the most important for the rest of 2023, whether they be creative goals, YouTube goals, which would be like in the working category or career or stuff like that. So I'm going to look in each of these categories and pick out a goal, which I might make it just a little bit broader for the brainstorming and statements, and then I will probably make them more fleshed out over here with the different steps to that goal. But for now, I'm going to look at this and see what I can figure out for myself. Actually going to be this entire section here. For YouTube, I want to these might end up changing up as we go. other side of the page here, we have some things that are a little bit more fun than some of these things that I need to be working on to better myself in general. So in this category, and with all of these brainstorming statements for goals that I want to work on, not all of these are going to end up in the goals pages over here, but I do want to at least write down things that I'm thinking about and kind of hone in on an amount of these goals, because I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can fit 11 goals here, and whichever ones rank higher in certain places, maybe I'll do those goals, or things like that. Okay, so I have a list of about 11 goals here. Let's close this up. So we have 11 goals here that I have brainstormed from the bullet journal that I was using for the first half of 2023. So I'm going to take at least one of those goals and try the method here of writing down the goal at the top. Why I want this goal here, my ideal outcome of pursuing this goal, the metrics of success, and then the action steps, which would be one-off, monthly, weekly, or daily, and then the resources needed to complete that goal. I'm gonna move the sticky note if it doesn't stick too terribly to this page. I'm gonna move it over to the other side here so that I can still see it, but it's not in my way. So the first goal is gonna go up here. Goal is have a healthier diet and get into a regular workout routine. So, have the goal here at the top, and then we're going to write Y here, and then and then my ideal outcome. Metrics of success. Those are going to be So this one is going to go in this category. This one is the weekly task. This is the weekly task. This one is a one-off task. This one's probably closer to a daily task, and so is this one. Are there any other things I can think of that I would need for any other action steps I would need to start this goal, I guess, or continue this goal, which for me would be start this goal because I haven't really been working out or eating healthy at all. It's going to be a daily task. Yeah, I think those are all the things I need, so then we're gonna move to resources needed. Which I don't think there are many. Fit for exercising, groceries, for the food I'm making, a clean kitchen, which I will make sure is clean after every time that I cook, which I do that anyways. I always make sure that my kitchen's clean after I'm done. If I think of any other resources, I'll leave these dots here. Oh. A binder to write my recipes in. Or a notebook. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for that goal. I'll probably work on a couple more goals, but that is going to be the whole thing for this video. We are clocked in at about an hour and 8 minutes, and I think I got a lot done in here. I'm kind of proud of myself for going through with this. Like, I wrote all of these things down, and I didn't really think about actually doing it. Well, I did think about it, but I was like, man, am I actually going to do this? Or am I just going to have this notebook sit here and never end up using it for this? I don't know, take all the pages out and use it for something else. But, oh, I forgot to write down the, maybe I'll do that later. Or maybe I don't need it at all. I'll just think about these goals and which ones I want to do. So that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to put my bookmark here so I can continue on with these goals. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed going through this, mid-year journaling process with me. I had a lot of fun. Well, not a lot of fun. I had a lot of insight. I mean, I did enjoy aspects of it. And I just think that this has been really eye-opening, helped me kind of prepare myself for the second half of this year and, get really into that mindset of what do I want to be doing for myself and other things for the year. So let me know down in the comments what your plans are for the second half of the year, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.